Hello Jelly Babes, welcome back to my channel. So I want to thank SheModern for sending me out these products to have a play around with and review for you guys. So I'm going to be showing you how you can use their two new gel products. So obviously this is a glue gel for dry colouring and adding like glitter and pigments to a nail. So I'm going to be swatching these sort of powders and glitters that you can see here. So kind of going left to right, you're going from pigments to glitters as well. So yeah, some gorgeous colours here. And I'm also going to be doing these glow in the dark glitters as well, because I never got round to swatching those. And then I'll be also showing you how you can use this other product, which is their grip gel, which is for applying their foil arts. So I'm going to be using these foils in the background along with some others as well. Just testing out the different foils. So these are the bases that I'm going to be applying the pigments and the glitters over. They're all Kiki London gel polishes. I will leave details in the description box below about the names. So to apply the pigment and the glitters to the nail, I'm going to be using this glue gel. And you just apply a nice thin layer like you would any normal, base or top coat. Make sure obviously it's all nice and even. And these are needing to be cured as well, like a gel polish. So you'd go and pop that into your lamp. The times of curing are on the screen. And basically what it does is simulates a tacky layer. So I'm going to show you these pigments now. So you can like decant some if you want. So I'll show you this method. I'm using my Natasha brushes. So this is her pigment brush. So you can apply it like so. And it applies really nicely, like really properly grips the powders. But I'd imagine you could blend it quite nicely as well. But if you find that way a bit too fiddly, then you can just like tap it straight onto your nail. You could even, use your finger to rub it in. I'm just using the brush, making sure that it all lies flat and all burnished in. So far so good. It has applied it all to the nail really nicely. So now this is the glitters. So this is obviously an iridescent glitter, and I'll put it over a light blue base. And I've switched up to my Natasha glitter brush as well. So for easiness sake, I am just going to be sprinkling it on. Sometimes with these glitters and with the pots, they can be a bit fiddly to get out. This one's a bit of a slow one, so you just kind of tap it on the table. Others come out really quick, so just have an air of caution when you do this, because obviously you don't want to be wasting any of the product. And then the same as before, I'm just sort of rubbing and burnishing into the nail. And again, it is applied really, really nice. So in essence, this glue gel is like the transfer foil glue. I've used it many times in previous videos, and basically it simulates a nice tacky layer for you to work on when adding, obviously glitter and pigments. And I'm pretty sure that you could add this glue gel to certain parts. If you applied the foils but they're an outline, or maybe even with stamping and you want to fill it in with glitter as opposed to polish, you could do it that way as well. I'm not going to be showing that today, but yeah, maybe that's something I'll have to test out in the future. So now that I've applied it, I'm applying the grip gel to the top of this nail, and I'll be curing that, and then that will be ready for me to apply the foils to. So here are all of the pigments and glitters that have been applied, which you can see here. And obviously the black and the purple at the end are a bit more of a chunkier glitter. So yes, so so far so good. So these are the foils that I'm going to be using. So they're kind of like water decal / foils. Obviously it looks very much like foil, but you do have to work with them like you would a water decal. So I've just cut some off already off camera, and you want to make sure that you get as much of the backing paper off as possible. Sorry, my transitions are all over the place here. And basically you just put that in some water, literally within like 10 seconds. It's you know, more than enough time for it to be removed off its backing. So what you're going to need to do is obviously take the foil that you want to use, remove it and slide it off the backing. It's really important that you get rid of the excess water that will affect the stickiness. Just going to straighten that out, and then you just place it straight onto the nail. And then I'm using the tips of my really thin tweezers just to sort of press it all down. So I don't overly want to be touching the nail, because obviously that will affect the sticky layer, you know, especially if you're applying more than one foil. I'm just going to add this one now to the bottom. It's a slightly smaller version of the one that I put on just. And yeah, it applies really, really nicely. A hassle-free way to work with water decals. And that's the leaves there. So I'm kind of going to do like a comparison of obviously this grip gel and you know, comparing that with the transfer foil glue. To be honest, there's pros and cons for both. So the pros for the transfer foil glue are it's not as expensive. It's probably a bit more in line with, you know, a more basic nail budget. And whether you're a gel user or a normal polish user, you can apply that over both and get that same tacky result. The cons for the transfer foil glue are the fact that because you can't guarantee 100% when it's dry, you're kind of guesstimating. Sometimes when you're applying the foil glue, it will separate from the nail and it will pull off. And then obviously it's lost that stickiness then, which can be a bit fiddly and a bit faffy. And obviously you are using a glue-based product as well. So the pros for this grip gel, and obviously the is it glue gel, the other one, because you can use the because you can use it as a top coat as well. You can apply these over the foils and it's not going to affect the look of the foils, which obviously some normal top coats can do. And the fact that you know it's going to be dry in 30 seconds and it will not separate from the nail. So like once it's cured, that's it, you've got that tacky layer. Obviously the cons are the fact that if you're not a gel user, then this isn't going to be really a product for you, because you are going to need to cure it and you are going to have to be able to soak it off. And obviously it is a bit more on the pricier side. So basically it very much depends on what's going to be beneficial for you. I really like it. I would, you know, will be using it more and more in my videos because I find it much more convenient to work with, but that's just me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you want to know anything else, then let me know in the comments box below. But until then, take care and bye.